Barack Obama is the 44th and current President of the United States and the first African American to serve as a U.S. President. He was first elected to presidency in 2009 with his running Vice President Joe Biden, and he won a second term in 2012. Barack's parents divorced when he was 2 and his family moved to Jakarta, Indonesia. At the age of 10, Obama moved to Hawaii with his grandparents. As one of only 3 black students at his school, Obama became conscious of racism. Obama struggled with the absence of his father, who died when Barack was only 21 years old. Obama studied at the Occidental College in Los Angeles for 2 years and then transferred to Columbia University and graduated in 1983 with a political science degree. He then moved to Chicago in 1985 and worked as a community organizer for low-income residents. In Chicago, he practiced as a civil rights lawyer and also helped organize voter registration drives during Bill Clinton's presidential campaign in 1992. He ran for a seat in the Illinois State Senate and won in 1996 as a Democrat. He created a state-earned income tax credit for the working poor. In 2004, he began raising funds to run for a seat in the U.S. Senate. He was the 3rd African American elected to the U.S. Senate since the Reconstruction.
Obama inherited a global economic recession with a 10% unemployment rate. The nation's leading banks and other financial institutions were in serious danger of collapse. His goals were a financial reform, alternative energy, and reinventing education and healthcare, all while bringing down the national debt.
Before taking the oath of office, Obama endorses George W. Bush's $700 billion initiative to rescue the nation's major banks by lending out money. This was known as the Troubled Asset Relief Program, also known as TARP. Voters saw TARP as a way for wealthy bankers and corporate executives to relieve themselves. Obama recommended an $800 billion economic stimulus package, which was the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act, which granted money to state governments to prevent the public from being laid off, and this money also went towards structures like bridges, highways, infrastructure, and sewage treatment facilities.
He also pushed Congress to pass the Tax Relief, Unemployment Insurance Reauthorization, and Job Creation Act, which included a 2% payroll tax cut, emergency unemployment benefits, and credit for students.
Obama looked to enact a major healthcare system reform. Johnson had secured Medicare for older Americans and Medicaid for the poor, but the next 2 presidents, Carter and Clinton, failed to persuade Congress to pass legislation for healthcare coverage for everyone else. Obama had 3 basic goals: more security and stability to those with health insurance, provide insurance to those who don't have, and slow healthcare cost growth for families, businesses, and the government. In 2009, Obama persuaded Congress to expand healthcare insurance for children and provide legal protection for women seeking equal pay. In 2010, Obama signs the Patient Protection and Affordable Care Act. 1 week later, Obama signed the Healthcare and Educational Reconciliation Act.
He created the Lilly-led Better Fair Pay Act, which was a competition among states for $4.5 billion in extra funding tied to public schools. In addition, he created also the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform and Consumer Protection Act, which was designed to prevent an economic meltdown like the one he inherited when he took office.
No Child Left Behind was to prepare all sorts of students for success. Obama wanted to create a strong school system and make colleges affordable. He wanted to have good preparation in order for children to succeed in higher education. Common Sense proposal was to strengthen border security and make legal immigration simple and easy and earning citizenship simpler for immigrants.
Obama had multiple goals. Obama's goal was to reduce a long-term deficit and thought that any deficit reduction should include tax increases. In Obama's second inaugural address, he struck unifying themes like climate change, same-sex marriage, and healthcare reform. Obama intended that the above policies would help fulfill the ideals of the Declaration. In the State of the Union address, Obama hit on federal support for early childhood education, minimum wage increase, a new gun control legislation, and citizenship for immigrants.
When Obama took office, he inherited two wars, in Iraq and Afghanistan. His plan was to end the war in Iraq and finish fighting against the Taliban and al-Qaeda in Afghanistan. He also wanted to secure nuclear weapons and take them away from terrorists. In the end, he wanted to make stronger American alliances in the Middle East. In Afghanistan, Obama wanted to get rid of the Taliban and al-Qaeda. He increased the troop levels and also sought help from the Allies and NATO. He wanted to stabilize the government and encourage them to stop corruption and illegal drug trade. For nuclear weapons, Obama tried to reduce the risk of a terrorist or nuclear attack. He passed a law to help the United States and allies detect and stop the smuggling of weapons of mass destruction throughout the world. He strengthened the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, and that was that if countries broke the rules, they would automatically face strong international sanctions. Obama wanted to create a nuclear-free world, which was the total elimination of nuclear weapons. In diplomacy in Iran, they continued to create a nuclear program, and Obama wanted them to stop in order to relieve threats to Israel. To do this, Obama put economic pressure and political isolation, which among other restrictions banned Iranian origin imports for items such as rugs, pistachios, and caviar. Lastly, Obama wanted to renew U.S. alliances with the Middle East. He also signed the new Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty with Russia as a part of his push to reduce nuclear weapons in the U.S. and Russia.
One of the major scandals of Barack Obama was the Benghazi scandal. At the American consulate in Benghazi, Libya, 3 Americans and Ambassador Chris Stevens were killed in an attack by Islamic militants. This was referred to as the Battle of Benghazi. About 1 mile away, 2 CIA contractors were killed and 10 were injured in a second assault several hours later. Security was immediately increased globally at diplomatic and military facilities by the U.S., and investigations were put into place. The cause of this Battle of Benghazi was the killing of Gaddafi. Ambassador Stevens pled for increased security but never received any. Obama and Hillary Clinton supposedly lied to the public of America about the nature of the attack, saying that the killings resulted from a demonstration in response to a video on the internet that was said to be offensive to radical Islamists. It was never admitted that the attack was planned by a terrorist group in league with al-Qaeda. Obama arrested the man who created the offensive video. Some of the most significant qualities of Barack Obama include: he supported diplomacy as a first measure, he's fair in taxing, he inspired confidence during one of the worst economic disasters in American history and a multi-trillion-dollar debt, he surrounds himself with people that don't agree with his views to gain different perspectives.
Some of Obama's lasting impacts are: he increased taxes to return the U.S. to a fair tax rate, he provided private lending out of the student loan, he boosted health standards, the al-Qaeda leader was killed, and he reformed American healthcare. Overall, he overcame discrimination and restored America as a nation of hope and opportunity.
Barack Obama has had the most successful first year of presidency since Jimmy Carter. Obama, like Carter, pressed Congress and pushed important environmental regulations in his first year and major legislation regulating corporate behavior. In addition, like Franklin Roosevelt and Ronald Reagan, Obama has had to solve a major economic crisis as soon as he inaugurated.
Like Clinton, Obama favors increasing taxes on the wealthy. Barack Obama planned to raise taxes on the wealthy and only proposed to return the top tax rate to the level it was raised to under President Clinton, because Clinton's tax increase resulted in a soaring job growth.